1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. Hello, winning combo. Hello, friends. Winning combo. So, what we're doing today is continuing the narrative scoring for episode 4, season 2, episode 4 of La Frisia, Song of Shadows. And I'm just going to do a random needle drop here so you can see where I'm at. This is how it sounds. Spoiler alert. Upcoming episode. If you don't want to hear it, tune out. Cool.
It seems like the information has been entirely removed. No magics.
This is my white vault sounded like copy cheat. I took Brandon Boone's idea and just ran to the hills with it.
Magic among the different races of Fae.
Cool.
None that can erase knowledge from existence.
So I'm doing 2 things new in this session. My skills are advancing. I'm becoming a more advanced mage. One cool thing, I suppose it doesn't help if I point at the screen. One cool thing I've figured out how to do is get more into tempo changes, gradual tempo changes. So I'm going to just give you an example here. What you'll hear is in the background, you'll hear this stuff which is going to a click. There's the click, but the click is going to start slowing down. And we slow the pace of it as the dialogue sort of ends, the scene ends. So that's one cool thing I'm doing nowadays is playing around with multiple tempos, getting off the grid. And I've also realized you get a lot of mileage just by having a solo bass, contrabass sustained note, like this type of thing. Like those of you who know my style, know I'm like big into the X-Files because I was born in the 80s. And so Mark Snow's music is very much like, it sounds old, but it also is like very much, you get these scenes where it's just one note, one instrument, one note at a time playing, like this. Volume up. Oops, that's a typo. Yeah, so now here's with the dialogue.
From a place we
very subtle.
How to get to.
Okay.
Carefully.
Cool.
Wow. Thank you for...
So let's keep going. In case you're interested in how this works and what my workflow is, I do the entire season in one project. Although because I'm continually updating my work templates and basically creating new springboards along the way, I'm on episode 5 here and in reverse chronological order because the files have only come to me in the wrong order. So I'm scoring episode 4 now after I finish number 5, which is kind of cool. Filling in the gaps in the story. Right. And we've got a couple of clips up top here which are all white, and these all fall into this category called underscore and beds. So this is anything that's been pre-composed basically. And the bed aspect of it, a bed is like when you've got 3 or 4 different stems. So like these things over here, these are 3 different parts of a track which all synchronize and play together. Let me solo them out. We've got a flute, a piano, and a harp. And I can also solo out just the piano, or just the harp. Like that, or just piano and harp, or just piano and flute, harp and flute. Yeah. Cool, get the idea. So those are cool because then I can actually release those for other people to use. Stems are very much like quite valuable actually in audio drama composition. You don't have to do it from scratch, but you also don't have to hire someone or ask someone to do it who knows nothing about narrative scoring. So they're a good middle ground. And I distribute these on the Patreon. So if you want, go and look up what I've got on offer there. Cool. Right, I'm going to take it from here. This is where I ended.
Leslie.
And now I just get to work.
Good luck, everyone. Shelby with us.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Orly felt the cold air hit her again, as she and Kaelin were left alone. He attempted to avoid her eyes, but she noticed him glancing her direction every few seconds.
Okay, so we've got a
Couldn't keep from looking at
dramatic scene with Kaelin and Orly.
So
You look-
you're
Oh, sorry.
no.
Okay, so we definitely need some, what sounds like some awkward drama music there, but not comedic. We've got this stuff, which I've got on the right here. These are all the pre-composed cues that I recycle. I realize that these episodes go up to 30, 40 minutes and I can't compose everything from scratch. And besides, you want your audience to get locked in through repetition. So you want to reuse themes. That's one thing that doesn't really happen in the X-Files and Mark Snow's stuff. Everything is basically done from scratch, which, I mean, it's too much work for me. So I'm happy to find these kinds of hybrid shortcuts. Okay, that's too dark. We've got drama stuff like this. This one's called Drama, So What Happened. That's not too much, maybe. That's it, kind of sweet. Let's go with that. So now what I do is I drag that into, I don't know why this is here, it's annoying me. Drama, So What Happened goes into underscore. These pieces are independent of the grid. I can't afford to now try and figure out what tempo this was created at. So anything that's in underscore is just free floating, but everything else is basically locked to a grid. And as time goes by, I'm going to have these beds better organized so that the tempo is obvious. The tempo is important because if, for example, you don't want a loss of quality, you want to play back those tunes at the original tempo. If they're getting used in other projects, then you can set that tempo and make it sync up nicely to other parts and build on it. You can compose over it if you want. Okay. Awkward scene with Kaelin and Orly. I'm going to begin with the quirky-ish sound. Here we go.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Orly felt the cold air hit her again as she and Kaelin were left alone. He attempted to avoid her eyes, but she noticed him glancing her direction every few seconds, as if he couldn't keep from looking at her.
Ooh, so now we're getting into
You're
this is inappropriate.
after you.
No, really, Hugo.
I insist.
Yeah, that's very much drama. I like this part.
To avoid her eyes, but she noticed him glancing her direction every few seconds.
Okay, so what have we got here? We've
Orly
got
felt the cold
minor 1
as she and Kaelin were.
to major 4,
He attempted to avoid her eyes,
and some harp work
but she
followed by a long sustain on the minor 1 in the high strings. So I can recreate that. Shouldn't take too long. Let's do it on the piano. I use the piano for these types of passages, which are rooted in drama. So it's going to be... where are we? Here. That's the type of thing, yeah. I've had to pack up my other piano because we're going to Turkey in 2 weeks, in 10 days. Yeah, so it starts minor, but it comes to major. I've been doing everything in A minor recently. Let's change it up. Let's go to F minor and B flat major. So okay, I'm just going to do it like...
Orly felt the cold air hit her again as she and Kaelin
I like
were
this.
left alone.
This must be a break, yeah?
He attempted to avoid her eyes,
2,
but she
3.
noticed him glancing her direction every few seconds, as if he couldn't keep from looking at her.
Okay, there's where the cue begins, and we're going to give it a tempo of 102 rather, because it's the same tempo, just with double the clicks.
So
You look-
you're
Oh, sorry.
no. Please, after you.
No, really, Hugo.
I insist.
You look great. Like a king.
Thank you. You look well yourself.
You were going to say something?
Yeah, okay, very subtle, and let's bring it in from there. One problem I have with changing tempos is that when you want to click a lead up to it, you don't actually hear it. It goes, well, you hear the click, but you hear the click at the wrong tempo. So when it starts to land, you're not prepared, defeating the point of a click in the first place. But in this case, it's fine because the tempo is in perfect. It's just doubled. So
In her direction every
I'll
few
hear it.
seconds, as if he couldn't keep from looking at her.
4 and
So
You look-
you're...
Oh, sorry.
No, please, after you.
No, really, you go.
I insist.
You look great. Like a king.
1.
Thank you. You look well yourself.
You were going to say something?
Oh, it's not important.
I'm sure that's not true.
How have you been?
I graduated from med school.
I heard. Congratulations.
Thanks. So, how's the life of a monarch?
Difficult, but rewarding. It will be better once I've fixed the mess that my predecessor left me.
Ouch.
I meant the other one. The one who was in the position for more than a few minutes.
Ouch again.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you.
No, it's fine, really. You're right.
kind of lost it there, but that's fine. All good enough. Some nice one nice modulation. Cool. Right. So I want to take it from that. What was a B minor?
The other one.
That's all it takes. Just a little bit of underscore.
For more than a few minutes.
Ouch again.
2,
I'm sorry.
3, 4.
I'm not trying to.
There's also a problem, and that is that I've been running this at 6.4 for the last couple of minutes. What we actually want is 4.4. Should make a change to the actual audio.
So
You look-
you're.
Oh, sorry.
No, please, after you.
No, really, you.
No, please. Oh, no. This is what you call anting, when two people are like, no, you, and you like bump into each other and no one can get past each other. It also happens when you like got the last piece of pizza in the box, and whereas like 100,000 years ago, everyone would be like cutting each other's throats for that piece of pizza. Now it's like the opposite. Now we're like, no, you must have it. I cannot have it. You must have it. You better have it. So it's like we're fighting over who doesn't get the food. Okay, cool.
The other one. The one who was in the position for more than a few minutes.
Ouch again.
Ooh, stinging rebuke. 1, 2.
I'm not trying to offend you.
That's where we want to land. So I'm going to create a marker, a punch-in marker, so that nothing gets recorded before that point in time. Change the record mode so that that's what happens. Now we ended on E flat. It's kind of like an E flat sus though. That. Maybe I should just.
A few minutes.
Ouch again.
I'm sorry. I'm not
Yeah,
trying.
let's go. Let's do one of those sus minor resolves to the. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're gonna
few
do
minutes.
this. And we're gonna do it in half time. So bring this marker back to there. Take it back a couple bars. Take bigger steps.
The
Here we
one
go.
who was in the position for more than a few minutes.
Ouch again.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you.
No, it's fine, really. You're right. I kind of wimped out, didn't I?
You wanted a different life.
See, the thing is, you mustn't invent. You must not invent too much.
few minutes.
Just listen and copy.
Ouch again.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you.
No, it's
Okay.
fine.
So go. We're gonna just group that. Okay, take it from there.
And
I'm sorry.
Hit a wall.
I'm not trying to offend you.
One problem I haven't solved yet is the fact that Reaper records continuously, even if you break the. I can't describe it and work at the same time.
I'm not trying to offend you.
no,
3,
it's fine,
4,
really.
I think what we need to do now is go very simple on the piano and add the second layer, which would be a harp maybe. So where were we here? to this kind of thing. 2, 3. Yeah, it's a pity I don't have the big gaps of the piano, but anyway. Like I said, I've packed it up because my wife and I are going to Turkey for 3 months in like a week.
The one who was in the position for more than a few minutes.
Ouch,
Take
again.
it from here.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you.
No, it's fine, really. You're right. I kind of wimped out, didn't I?
You wanted a different life. We cannot fault you for that.
It's supposed to be a major.
Are you happy?
Most of the time, yes.
And then that's all that matters.
Okay, it's very easy stuff actually. I've just made 2 mistakes. One is that the C sharp chord should be a major, not a minor, and likewise for the B at the end, re-listen.
No, it's fine, really.
Let's
You're
take
right.
Volume up.
I kind of wimped out, didn't I?
You wanted a different life. We cannot fault you for that.
Are you sure?
Are you happy?
Most of the time, yes.
And then that's all that matters.
Are you happy?
Most of the time, yes.
Where's the scene end?
Miss Henderson seems lovely.
Okay, cool. There's a breaker there. So what I want to do now is very easy actually. Is just take these top E flat, this top E flat note, and just sink it really low. I want it to be like in the basement because it's like a death bell.
Are you happy?
I think we can actually mute that one.
Are you happy?
Cool.
Most of the time.
Good. And now we're going to get a little flourish going. I think the harp is the right way to here. We're in E flat minor, so let's... Definitely not the world's best sounding harp. It's a cheapy, I think it's a freebie. I like to just roll the attack up a bit. What I do with this guy quite often is I pump him over to the delay send. Yeah, I'll give it a bit of delay. Seems like it's not going through for now. I know why, because you have to actually grab this volume and make sure that's up a bit. So I shouldn't need that there. Cool. Now let's just play a little bit of harp. I'm going to create an automation item here, which raises the volume level of this delay send, which means we should hear. And we don't, because we're not in line with, there it is. It's also way too bright. I haven't really managed to get this sound right. Maybe there's the EQ, yeah. Just roll that all the way off, I think, yeah. That's fine. Now we get this kind of spacey vibe. And a nice neat little trick for short-circuiting some of the composition process is always just to layer and duplicate and see how things sound when you take, what I've done now is create the piano part that I've played, the chords. Copy it to a new MIDI channel, see how it sounds. Let's see how it sounds. There's no delay yet. Let's move that over. It's not bad. Another little trick I've found quite cool is adding MIDI arpeggiators to stuff. Let's see how this sounds with an arpeggiator on it. And we have to turn the attack, we have to turn the wet dry. Is it working? No, not yet. Not hearing any change. I think I have to actually set the wet dry value of the arpeggiator. No, arpeggiator, where are you? You just collapse contact and everything disappears. It's way easier to find it. The bypass value is off, which is good. Yeah. Now the wet dry value. So it's going to be there, and it's wet, so it should actually be playing. Let's turn off the delay so we can hear better. We should actually be hearing MIDI arpeggios now. And nothing, so let's open up that arpeggiator again. Nothing. Weird, okay. Well, if it takes more than 2 minutes to fix, it's probably not going to add much.
You're right. I kind of wimped out, didn't I?
You wanted a different life.
Let's take this into the build. So I'm going to take this automation item, stretch it out, and then just kind of fade it up so that the harp starts to play what we like, but
Kind of wimped out,
an
didn't I?
octave higher, and
You want
slowly building the delay in the background.
We cannot fault you for that.
Are you sure?
Are you happy?
Most of the time, yes.
Volume
That's
up.
all that matters.
Are you happy?
Let's get that higher sooner.
And then that's all that matters.
Are you happy?
Wonder if we can't get this even higher.
Are you happy? You're right.
Start again.
No, it's fine, really. You're right. I kind of wimped out, didn't I?
You wanted a different life.
Let's get the volume on this guy up.
Cannot fault you for that.
Are you sure?
Are you happy?
Most of the time, yes.
And then that's all that matters.
Are you happy?
Most of the time. Yes.
Well, now we
Miss
need-
Henderson seems lovely.
She is.
Okay.
It's been a long...
So it's a bit of an abrupt end, so why don't we smooth it over with the good old-fashioned strings. We may have used them once or twice in the past. String ensemble. I'm going to be ending on an E flat minor, so we can change that up to an F sharp or G flat major. Ooh, that's dreamy, eh? Yeah, because I've got the delay pumped up. Let's try it again. So,
Most of the time, yes.
And then that's all that matters.
it's a B. No, it's a C sharp major.
Are you happy?
Most of the time. Yes. Miss Henderson seems lovely.
She is. It's been a long time for me, Kaylin.
Then we don't have any. So here. And
Most.
also, I can also hear that we're doing consord. The articulation of the bow is with a mute on, which we don't actually want. We want that. That's better.
Most of the time. Yes.
Cool, still a bit dreamy anyway. What about just a high, bright sort of, yeah.
Most of the time.
Are you happy?
1, 2, 3, 4, boom.
Most of the...
We're gonna not take that up, take it up. 3 because we want Kaylin to be happy.
Are you happy?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Most of the time. Yes.
We need that major note in there, so we need to communicate that it's major.
Most of the time. Yes.
Okay. Major.
Most of the time. Yes. Miss Henderson seems lovely.
She is.
Let's ride those black notes. Here we go.
Most of the...
Now, what we don't need is the harp playing minor games with us. We need major.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Are you happy?
Most of the time. Yes. Miss Henderson seems lovely.
She is. It's been a long time for me, Kaylin. 2.5 years.
Yeah. I understand.
Please tell me I recorded that. Yes, even though I shouldn't have, because my record mode is wrong. Reaper was clever. Yeah.
Yes.
I missed the first note, but I've got the rest of it, so I can just start out here with a lady. It's a B flat, A sharp. Here we go. That's it. That's what you want.
Are you happy?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Most of the time. Yes.
On a major 6 arpeggio.
Miss Henderson seems...
Scale. We've got a bump in the modulation there, which is not welcome. But the rest of it is lovely. We'll just put that up there.
Most of the time. Yes. Miss Henderson seems lovely.
She is.
There's a breath, which is an actual audible sign of release. Literally speaking, in music we talk about tension and release as emotions, and there it is right there. You can hear it in the actress's voice. Okay, let's get down to it. Oh yeah, one thing I always got to do. This is a chore, but you got to set your articulations, so otherwise you end up triggering the wrong thing later. So that's a sustain arpeggio, a sustain note.
Are you happy?
And then where did I go with my delay here? There you go.
Most of the time. Yes.
Why did it bump up there?
Yes. Miss Henderson seems lovely.
She is.
Mm.
It's been a long time for me, Caitlin.
Now I need to know where the scene ends. So.
2.5 years.
I understand.
I waited.
Mm.
For
what we can do now is possibly move over to this type of thing. That's this one I call drama behaving like Gollum. It's a bit too dramatic, and also I feel like I should have versions of these things. Okay, let's go through the actual library of stuff. There we go, themes. There we go. I feel like this theme could make I need to bounce out the beds for this theme. I haven't done that yet, so I could use underscore, which sounds like the theme without the melody getting in the way of the vocals, which is fine. Cool. Without doing too much of that either.
Yeah. I understand.
I waited. For a while.
It seems time was our downfall.
Let's get piano in there. How about something really sweet, you know? What, really high? That's it. I never go up to the second octave. Why don't I use the extra stuff? You gotta push your limits, man.
Yeah. I understand.
I waited. For a while.
It seems time was our downfall.
Yeah. It appears it was.
If Miss
I
Henderson
love this.
makes you...
Let's do that again.
Yeah. I understand.
I waited. For a while.
It seems time was our downfall.
Yeah. It appears it was.
If Miss Henderson makes you happy, then that's what I hope for you. That's all I ever hoped for you.
It's really good to see you, Kaylin.
Okay, that's lovely. We can fill in the gaps with a solo horn or a solo wind.
It seems time was our downfall.
Yeah.
A bit early. Let's just
It appears it
quantize them
was.
up.
If Miss Henderson makes you happy,
A
then
flat
that's
7
for you.
to the B
That's all
sus.
I ever hoped for you.
Now, I haven't used much wind in this episode, so except you know, okay, let's leave the dad jokes out of it. Oboe is just so beautiful, and I always look for any opportunity to use it. So let's try that. So, la. That's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing we're doing. There's two things sounding. What else is sounding? Oops. Is that really just an oboe on its own? And it's an oboe ensemble. There's another one called oboe solo. Isn't there? Yeah, there it is. Cool. Oof, I love this thing so much. We're just working with the winds and the piano and the narration. So let's just save some real estate. There we go.
I waited. For a while.
So,
It seems time was our downfall.
Yeah. It appears it was.
If Miss Henderson makes you happy, then that's what I hope for you. That's all I ever hoped for you.
It's really good to see you, Kaylin. I've missed you.
yeah, okay, we'll just take it from here.
It makes you happy, then that's
B
what I
flat.
hope for you.
B flat.
That's all I ever hoped for you.
It's really good to see you, Kaylin. I've missed you.
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't want to make your companion uncomfortable.
She knows about us.
You told her.
Okay, that's a nice high instrument, but that's fine.
All I ever
Now we want to counter that with a contrabass.
all I ever hoped.
Contrabassoon, sorry. Take it down 2 octaves.
All I ever
Why not? The articulation's out. I'm going to take a stab in the dark, but I think it's going to be C0 wind. This is C -1. Some of these solo instruments have got a strange articulation. Strange way of saying what they want to say. There we go, there's the sustain. So that's a layer.
I've missed you.
Now we're going to get a counter melody to that. So instead of going, I can play something like that. So let's take it down. Let's try to play it in double time. I'm just curious.
That's all I ever hoped for you.
It's really good to see you, Kaylin. I've missed you.
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't want to make your companion uncomfortable.
She knows about us.
You told her.
Of course I have. You're an important part of my past, Kaylin.
Okay, kind of works.
All I ever hoped for you.
little bit of movement. The dialogue is moving forward, so
I've missed you.
a little bit behind there.
I've missed you. Caitlin.
3, 4,
I've missed you.
1, 2.
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
No.
With the Miss Sharp crap? Off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't want to make your companion uncomfortable.
Let's. What am I doing now?
I want to make your companion uncomfortable.
You come
She
forward.
knows about us.
You told her.
Of
Okay.
course.
That's all I ever hoped for you.
It's really good to see you, Caitlin. I've missed you.
I'm not sure that works in the bassoon, so I'm going to take it up to a flute.
All I ever hoped for you.
Take it up a level.
All I ever
Take it up an octave.
companion uncomfortable. All I ever hoped for you.
Staccato not working for me. Let's do C0. Should be a sustain. Okay. I like that. Okay, just a little bit lazy. Let's bring it forward. Actually, what I want here is what I want is them at the same time. Maybe just do 2, yeah, like this. And do a dip in the modulation. So you can hear the vibrato effect, good.
That's all I ever hoped for you.
It's really good to see you, Caitlin. I've missed you.
I'd love to do some acoustic guitar here,
I you, Miss Sharp.
but it's packed away.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't want to make your companion uncomfortable.
She knows about us.
You told her.
Caitlin.
Put a lot of effort into this show.
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't want to make your companion uncomfortable.
She knows.
Let's take this down an octave. I'll have the clarinet.
Comfortable.
She knows about us.
You told her.
Of course I have. You're an important part of my past, Caitlin.
Now I want to take over with some strings. Yeah. So there's one way to learn how to compose, dude, is to do a lot of it very quickly. I mean,
It's
I'm
really
like,
good to see you, Caitlin. I've missed you.
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't want to make your companion uncomfortable.
She knows about us.
remember?
You told her.
Of course I have. You're an important part of my past, Caitlin.
Let's go back to this stuff.
It's really good to see you, Caitlin. I've missed you.
Okay, where do we actually want to go?
It's really good to see you, Caitlin.
Let's take it from the beginning of this passage.
For a while.
It seems time was our downfall.
Yeah. It appears it was.
If Miss Henderson makes you happy, then that's what I hope for you. That's all I ever hoped for you.
It's really good to see you, Caitlin. I've missed you.
Oh, I'm losing the melody here. La, da, 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 da,
For a while.
It seems time was our downfall.
Yeah. It appears it was.
If Miss Henderson makes you happy, then that's what I hope for you.
That's it. Cool. Good. Let's take it back a bit.
I understand.
I waited.
3, 4.
For a while.
It seems time was our downfall.
Yeah. It appears it was.
If Miss Henderson makes you happy, then that's what I hope for you. That's all I ever hoped for you.
It's really good to see you, Kaylin. I've missed you.
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp?
Good. And it kind of goes wrong there, which is nice. Yeah, okay.
It's really good to see you, Kaylin. I've missed you.
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't.
You.
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
And I you, Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't want to make your companion uncomfortable.
She knows about us.
You told her. You told her.
No. Now back into the G flat. Why do I write everything in G flat? Because I'm a weirdo. Because I want to be difficult. Yeah, now we're going to go forward. Let's change the key signature or the time signature. And let's also first just make a marker and get a sense of where the scene ends. Double time.
Of course.
I guess we should get to reading then.
Yeah. If there's anything to be found, we'll find it.
Orly's eyes followed Kaylin as he retreated.
Okay, there we go. There's our beat, and we want to take it. So we just got a couple more bars to fill. We'll do low bass. From the G flat.
Miss Sharp.
Can you knock it off with the Miss Sharp crap?
I don't want to make your companion uncomfortable.
She knows about us.
You told her.
Of course I have. You're an important part of my past, Kaylin.
Your past. Of course.
I guess we should get to reading then.
Yeah. If there's anything to be found, we'll find it.
Orly's eyes followed Kaylin as
Cool. And then we will come up with that. So it's basically just
She knows about
1, 4, 5. In
Of course I have.
I think we can push this beat back a bit.
She knows about us.
You told her.
Of course I have. You're an important part of my past, Kaylin.
Yeah, where the one
You
ends.
told her.
Of course I have. You're an important part of my past, Kaylin.
Your past.
This is coming in a bit strong, I think. Maybe we should take this up a layer.
Kaylin.
Your past. Of course.
Solo horn coming in here. Let's do trombone, because I love trombone. I love them all. Up 2 octaves. I've got to get in the habit of using Forzo more. Forzo is this badass brass instrument, which I got sponsored. Sponsored as in I'm working for it. Call it sponsorship, but actually it's just called having a freelance job. Forzo is cool because firstly it looks badass, and that's where I make most of my decisions. It also is a much more up-to-date sound. The package that I use is quite entry-level as film composing packages go. Here we've got some swells by the sound of it, and what I actually want is, let's hear out some percussion, some staccato. Can you believe that's a brass? Huh? That's brass. Okay, let's take it back 2
If
beats.
there's anything to be found, we'll find it.
Orly's eyes followed Kaylin as he retreated into the library, following the path.
It's not where we want to be. We want to be. This is very pompous, though, very military. Not what we want. Okay, we'll come back to that. There's more to do. So for now, that's fine. Good enough.
Past. We'll
Followed
find
into the library.
Orly's eyes followed Kaylin as he retreated into the library, following the path Dominic and Pendrake had taken.
Cool.
She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released
First, I got to find out what's going on
realized she was holding.
before I.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
There's a script document in the
So,
Oh wait, I
Leslie,
downloaded it
you
already.
seem to be taking this all very well.
Yeah, much better than Ellie.
Orly's eyes followed Kalen as he retreated into the library, following the path Dominic and Pendrake had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Okay, tension. Cool, we need to release some tension.
Orly's eyes followed Kalen as he retreated into the library, following the path Dominic and Pendrake had taken.
Let's keep that on a low sustained bass note. Just ramp it up a little bit, but more slowly than that. Boom, boom. Can't stand it when this happens. Dude, get the memo. We need a ramp. Oh, you can curve it like that. That's cool. Didn't realize you could do that.
Orly's eyes followed Kalen as he retreated into the
Actually, I did know that.
following the path Dominic and Pendrake had taken.
Okay.
Orly's eyes followed Kalen as he retreated into the library, following the path Dominic and Pendrake had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
Go. Done. How did that go?
Following the path Dominic and Pendrake.
Let's change the articulation to, well, what it is long sustain, G6. And how time consuming is this? G6 up there. Cool. Now every time it plays, it's going to automatically correct the type of articulation.
She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
Alright, let's make that whole thing shorter.
Following the path Dominic and Pendrake had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
And I feel like we need to just space these out so that it's not.
Watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let me just fade that out there.
And released a had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of
Okay, we
shelves
need a.
and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
No.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
Had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
Let's try and create this moment again. Yeah.
Following the path Dominic and Pendrake had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
Okay, and then we add a
Path Dominic and
bit of delay here.
She watched until he disappeared behind a series
Just
of shelves.
steal this automation
Released a
item.
breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh,
Okay.
Library. Following the path Dominic and Pendrake had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Let's take these down an octave.
Watched until he disappeared had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of
Cool.
shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
oh, well, that.
Had taken. She watched until he disappeared and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
I don't like this overstated majorness.
Holding.
It's this high note. I don't like it at all.
Holding. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
And what we actually need here, if we're going for a tension effect, is good old-fashioned tremolo strings. We need to change the articulation. Can't find it. Can't find the articulation. It's down. Cool, there it is. So it's a D2. Not a D2, a D something.
Rick had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
There must be major. It's just like that, yeah.
Rick had taken. She watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
Fine, but just still need to put the articulation in for C minus C minus 1, C1, C minus 1.
Watched until he disappeared behind. She watched until he disappeared. She watched.
That's it,
She
D0.
watched until he disappeared behind a series of shelves and released a breath she didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
She didn't realize she was holding. She didn't realize she was holding.
Oh, well, that could have gone much worse.
Cool. I don't like the harp. Delete. Sometimes you have to delete work. Alright, kids.
Well, that could have gone much worse.
What happens next? Let's find out.
So, Leslie, you seem to be taking this all very well.
Yeah, much better than Ellie. She was a nervous wreck.
Well, facts are facts. No matter how far-fetched this all seems, I'm faced with a great deal of proof.
So you think that you're telling the truth at least, but you're
Magic.
still not so sure.
There's a magic moment here.
Trying to guilt me into forgiving.
First thing I've ever seen were those test scores, but please, don't tell me.
She believes he deserves to have all the information.
This one here. This sort of Q vibe over here. We want just group those and group that. This collection of music here. Yeah. So what we could do is, where's this? Yeah. Okay, let's bed this out. So select the harp and take it up to there, and that enables us to. So what I'm doing now is this MIDI item here is currently playing back through the sampler, through Kontakt. What I want to do is get more in the habit of creating these beds, 5 layers, maximum 5 layers, and various elements of the track bounce down from those samplers being played in real time to audio, which is locked in. So it's the equivalent of switching from a pencil sketch to a pen drawing. You commit. What I'm going to do is the same for the trombone here. Cancel. You actually have to do it on contact instrument. That's it. Cancel. Why is it not bounced? Because for some reason brass is on. That's weird. It's different to the way the winds are set up. I must look into that. Anyway, point is we've now got 3 layers. I can delete that. And I can mute that. So now I've got 3 layers. Oh yes, this is the winds layer, and I've already consolidated all of that to a winds stem. So we've got 3 stems here. Here's the one. Let's beef them up so you can see them a bit better. Cool, really soft. Here's the next one. It's harp. Cool. And all of this stuff combined makes for a magic moment, which is what we need now. And that's why I am comping it. Cool. Now what we're going to try and do is combine the sound effect that I heard with this music. Alright, narration.
Well, you know, facts are facts. No matter how far-fetched this all seems, I'm faced with a great deal of proof.
At least, but you're. So you think that you're telling the truth at least?
A great deal of proof.
So you think that you're telling the truth at least?
I've got a problem. This.
Think that you're telling the truth at least, but.
It's a bad bounce.
Think that you're telling the truth at least, but you're still not so sure. Think that you're telling the truth at least, but you're still not so sure.
What do you mean?
Shelby.
Still not so sure.
I don't think that's right.
The permission.
Powers.
Still not so sure.
This is too loud.
What do you mean?
Think that you're telling the truth at least, but you're still not so sure.
What do you mean?
Shelby. Don't use your powers on Leslie without her permission.
What?
Let's bring in the brass later. So yeah,
Think that you're telling the truth
the
at
winds.
but you're still not so sure.
What do you mean?
Shelby. Don't use your powers on Leslie without her permission.
Come on.
What powers? What did you do?
I can tell when people are lying.
I wasn't lying.
Not on purpose, at least.
Shelby.
I'm sorry, Leslie. It's a habit.
Thank you for your apology.
What we could do also there
I'm
is
not happy about this assignment. I hate reading.
It's a
reverse.
I get that. I am not happy about this assignment. I hate reading.
It's important work.
I get that, but why do I have to do it?
Hey, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Ellie and the king. Was it serious?
You know, it was serious, alright, it was serious.
Kind of.
Well, yeah. It was, but for Ellie, that was a long time ago.
Yay.
Ellie?
It's only been 6 months for Kaylin.
Oh.
You're very calm.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Time travels at
especially
different
considering
rates
all
in
the
the 2 kingdoms.
Shelby.
Excuse me?
Oops, sorry.
Soulmate thing? What does that mean?
Okay, let's get a beat going in here. By beat, I mean a moment, not a... That's too much. Not a rhythm. Soulmate thing, what does that mean? I think that one might work. Talking about the romance. This is the romantic sort of theme.
What does that mean?
Nice going, Shelby.
I said sorry.
Nix.
There is a theory that Kaylin and Ellie are intrinsically tied together
Soulmates.
at a most base and primal level,
Perfect. This works.
much like her parents were.
How do you know?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know. But
Long story short, when fairies used the inhalators,
the devices that help us breathe for long periods of time on Earth,
our eyes are supposed to change to a regular human shade. But each color has some.
Double speed.
Ellie's eyes are gold because she's royalty. Ours are blue because we're in the guard.
Gold isn't exactly a human shade either.
Dominic once said that was by design. That whoever invented the inhalator wanted to make it so royalty could always be identified, no matter what realm they were in.
It didn't matter because royals never left Lefresia anyway. At least, not until Ellie's parents.
So, gold for Ellie, and blue for the rest of you.
But Kaylin's eyes didn't turn blue. They turned grey.
Gray. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
And one other person that we know of has used the inhalator and gotten gray. Ellie's mom.
A wise fairy named Flax Rathmore theorized it could have something to do with the inherent connection to royalty. Violetta was Luke's soulmate. Her eyes were grey.
And so you think because Kaylin's eyes are gray that he's...
Yep, that's the theory.
Great.
Oh, wow.
There's no way to prove it.
And so you think because Kaylin's eyes were gray that he's...
Yep, that's the theory.
Great.
Okay. I didn't know that it ended like that.
Violetta was Luke's
It's gonna
soulmate.
do a fade.
Her eyes were grey.
And so you think because Kaylin's eyes were gray that he's...
Yep,
There we go.
that's the theory.
Repeat.
There's no way to prove it.
Does...
Maybe we just gotta come up with an ending moment.
I'm not sure we ever actually told her what Flax said. Kaylin only told us after she had returned to Earth.
So my girlfriend has a soulmate. That's not me. And she doesn't even know it.
Yep. Join the club, brother.
Something else entirely.
Are Kaylin's eyes still gray after using the thingy? Or are they different now that he's a king?
That is a great question.
I don't think he's used an inhalator since he got crowned.
Maybe we could ask him to use it, just to see if he'd like.
Guys, this episode is mostly character
Do I stand a
development.
chance here?
Not actually a lot of
What do you
plot.
Against them? I mean, am I holding on to someone whose entire soul is being pulled in a different direction?
Ellie loves you. It's clear in the way she protects you.
She's never said it.
Said what?
That she loves me. You said it's clear, but she's never actually said it to me. God, I'm so stupid. We've been together for a year. A year, and she's never even said, I love you.
Oh, that's
Saying
drama.
words isn't the only way to tell someone you love them.
Let's continue from where this leaves off. I think it's gonna be here. So again, we're in E flat. What to do?
Saying the words isn't the only way to
No, we're not in E flat.
Saying
C. Let's just stay on a...
saying the words isn't the only way to tell someone you love them.
But it's a big one.
You should speak with her, but perhaps leave the soulmate conversation out of it, considering she probably doesn't know.
She should.
Let's go with that. Here we go.
Saying the words
Right, we're gonna need to compose it at the right rate. Here we go.
saying the words isn't the only way to tell someone you love them.
But it's a big one.
You should speak with her, but perhaps leave the soulmate conversation out of it, considering she probably doesn't know.
She should.
Yeah, she should, but it's not your place to tell her.
However blunt and insensitive Shelby is, she's right. Ellie should hear that from Kaylin.
Then I'll speak with him.
Really?
Yes. I want to talk to Kaylin.
And a flourish. Okay. maybe a bit random, but it's fine. We're gonna keep it going with Forzo.
They should hear that from Kaylin.
Then I'll speak with him.
Okay, we got drama, we got an errant spouse on the run, on the hunt.
Yeah, she should, but it's not your place to tell her.
However blunt and insensitive shall be his.
Okay, we got A flat there.
Yeah, she should, but it's not your place to tell her.
However blunt and insensitive shall be his. She's right.
I can't wangle this one, I'm afraid. I'm gonna have to do it. I can't remember what I played, which is normal in the biz. You gotta constantly be improvising around stuff on a tight time schedule. I know we're in the key of C minor, so I can basically play around with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a harmony note for each one of these notes, and this is like the more technical aspect of composing. Right, let's start with, we're in the key of C minor, so we're going to go F over D and take it from there. Can't do parallel harmonies, so we're going to change all the notes with accidentals to their relatively most, their closest neighbors, basically. We do have a C, we do have an A flat note coming in at some stage, so we have to be aware of that. And I'm pushing everything generally in an upward direction. So G sharp becomes A sharp. Oh, there is a G sharp in C minor. Yeah, that's right. That's an F minor chord. D and F, D and D sharp and G, and A sharp is fine. A sharp and G, G sharp and F. These should all work out. And then A sharp and G. Let's give it a listen.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What we want to do first then is take all of these notes and copy them over to Forzo, which has not been created yet. So I'm going to take that over there, stick it up in Forzo, and now we should have the liberty of editing. There it is. I want to edit the bass notes out. Usually I mute them because I might want to include one or two of them, and there's no harm in having them there. You don't have to redo work that you've done before. And this one I want to take the top notes out, and let's see how the low strings and brass complement each other. Here we go.
Yeah, she should.
I also need to just mute the narration quickly. Yes, do that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Why is it not executing my console command? That's quite disturbing. It did work. Yeah. Sounds like parallel harmony. Yeah. And let's draw that out to the very end. So what we want here is and the beat comes in at.
Thank you for listening.
That's it.
I want to talk to Kaylin.
Cool, we'll make that last. Well, this last 1, 2, 3. Dun, dun, dun. Where are we? Forzo. No, we're on the strings. String ensemble. Let's take it. Let's take it home.
Thank you for listening.
Let's do.
Thank you for listening.
Dun, dun, dun. Pause. Thank you for listening. We need this guy to come down. Oops, just you. Dun, dun, dun.
Is it Kaylin?
Okay,
to Caitlin.
That comes in too late.
To Caitlin.
Okay, we're getting there. Right idea. Let's also...
To Caitlin.
Yeah, it needs to be a heroic.
Really?
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Okay.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Dun, dun. 1, 2, so it's half the bar.
Yes. Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin. Caitlin. Caitlin.
I'll change the bass note now.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Okay, I'm just gonna go by ear. So it's I can see also the other notes.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Okay, we're gonna take that up there and swell it
Thank you
there.
for
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
No, we need to up there.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Okay, that's fine, but then we really need to blast these horns in the top here. Let's take it up there all the way. Yeah.
Caitlin.
And if you want to blast horns, you just double the layer. And we're going to take this down to the G sharp down here. And we can give it a fifth, a parallel fifth, I think, will work.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
That's good, but now we also just want to give it a D.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Good.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Nice.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Okay, and let's bust out the orchestral percussion sound for the first time in this whole episode. We want something. Let's see what we can switch off. Do we need to switch it off? What's our RAM doing? 11 gigs. Let's turn on orchestra percussion. Oh, it's already on. Cool. This is how you end it. Where's the snare? Just like a simple military sound.
Really?
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
That's cool too, the death bell. Oh, there's a lady on the warpath. Let's do that.
Really?
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Thank you for listening.
That's good, it's a nice long sound too. Let's try it again.
Really?
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
That's fine. Only problem is the bell sound is maybe a bit long. And
I want to talk to Caitlin.
1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3.
Yes.
Can't see where the bar lines are.
Yes. Yes.
Let's get them quantized, shall we? You guys are now a loop, and you're a group.
Yes. I want. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, we need to mute the narration. And then this comes in here. Cool. This, I like it, but it's also just a bit too loud and also panned really hard in my right ear. So I'm going to open this guy up and adjust the panning on Cineperk. They don't have individual sounds. Where do I find that? That's hell of annoying. Is it under here? Oh, this is new terrain. Oh yeah, I must get some symbols in there too. Gotta chill, Celeste. Oh, it is down a level, that's right. It was C0. Which means I now need to get that back open. There it is. So now how do I actually edit this, I wonder? Oh, you can zoom, you can mouse over there. Mapping editor, edit. Yeah, I haven't done any of this kind of stuff before. Wave editor. This looks good. No, what we want is this one. How do I select it? Select zone via MIDI. No. List view. No. Oh, you can click there. Alright, so it's going to be somewhere hidden down here. Wonder if the keyboard instrument here will. Huh. It's a bit of a ball ache. No, don't want that. This is quite cool. I like this. I want to get into this contact instrument stuff, but for now, tough luck. Let's just get the symbols in there. Dun dun dun. Good. Okay, that's fine. Cool. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the tall and short of it. Just get a 30-second version of the theme song out for the remainder of the credits. So I think it's 30-second full, no vox. That should be good.
For listening.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Thank you for listening.
Yes. I want to talk to Caitlin.
Thank you for listening. Today's episode was written by Nicole Tuttle and Vision Chronicles. Follow our social media for more information about upcoming episodes at LaFreesia Audio on Twitter. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast, Wes Haas and Kyle Burrow. This episode was sound designed and edited by Catherine Stanley, along with Mariah Clausen, Griffin Cole, and Kyle Burrow. This episode was sound designed and edited by Catherine Stanley, along with Thank you for listening. Today's episode was written by Nicole Tuttle and edited by Mariah Clausen, and featured the vocal talents of Nicole Tuttle, Mariah Clausen, Abigail Stewart, Emily Buza, Ace Corsira, ML Earhart, Wes Haas, and Kyle Burrow. This episode was sound designed and edited by Catherine Stanley, along with Mariah Clausen, Griffin Coldron, and Megan Peugeot. Featuring the music of John Bartman, and I'm Erica Harmon. Want to stay up to date on all things La Frisian Chronicles? Follow our social media for more information about upcoming episodes at La Frisia Audio on Twitter. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe to our show on your favorite podcasting site and leave a review. Until next time, listeners.
Cool. That's most of it, kids. Yeah, that's basically it. I think I'm going to go to bed. Been cool. Not only am I writing music for individual episodes, but I'm actually creating resources for other people to use in the form of these beds, and it's just a hell of a learning curve. I love it. I love getting new narration tracks from the team to work on. Super cool, and yeah, I think I'll just pop in indefinitely for the rest of my life to come and share this kind of stuff with you guys. Cool. Well, hope it was useful to you as it was fun for me, and that's the end of this stream. Catch you at the next one. Peace out.